Oh my gosh, did I just figure out why it's called Bubbly and Bubble? Because of bubble gum? That was so obvious. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Bianca's Skogan Beauty. How are you guys? Hope you're doing good. Okay, so for my eye look today, I just did a review. I just did a video with the Danessa Myricks Lightwork Volume 3 palette, and that is what is on my eyes right now. And that video should be up, so I will put that, I'll link it in the cards right here, and I'll also put it in my description box. So this video right now is going to be a pink, like a hot pink, cool pink blush video. So I have done, it was about a year ago, I did a purple blush video, and I will put that also in the card and just in my description box. And it has done pretty well on my channel because purple blush is pretty fun. It's a pretty fun thing, and I really do enjoy wearing purple blush. So I thought it would be fun to do another like dedicated blush video of like one specific fun color. And this color is going to be cool pink. This one isn't as cool, but it was an effort. And it was inspired by this blush. This is a very well-known blush that has been viral all over TikTok and the internet, and it is the Dior, I think it's just called Pink, 001 Pink Blush. The Dior Backstage Rosy Glow Pink Blush. And this is the definition of pink, cool pink blush right here. So I am going to put this blush on right now. I don't have any blush on, and this is going to be the blush we have on. And I'm going to try to layer it up really good so you can see it. And this will be the blush I have on this side the entire video. And then we are going to change out the blush on this side and see how they compare. It's probably going to take a while. I have 11 other blushes. This is a pretty light pink blush. I am really packing this on. I don't think I would normally wear it this heavily. No, I wouldn't. But I want you to really get the look of it. I have all the lights on that I can so that you can really get a look at the color and the hot pink, cool pinkness of this color. So let's see if maybe we can get some dupes for this blush, or if I can find one that I like better in my collection, because this is a $39 blush, so a $40 blush. And not only that is it a very expensive blush, it is constantly out of stock at Sephora. So it hurt my soul paying $40 for this blush. Not only that, I had to have Sephora notify me that this was even available. So I thought it would be fun to see if we have any other if I could have any other blushes that matched this enough or were even better than this blush. Some of them are, you know, also expensive. Some of them are much cheaper. So there's a whole range. See, a whole range here, right here starting is our Dior blush. And then we have a whole bunch of other blushes. Boom, boom. Okay, so first of all, we have Dior right here. Then from Kaleidos, we have this blush. Kaleidos, there isn't the names on the back of them, so I will, in my description box, have the name of this little friend. And it is right here. And we will be putting that on my face. Then, from Nars, I have the shade Gaiety, and it is right here. And I actually got this from TJ Maxx. So for me, this one was a pretty good price compared, you know, I think it was like 12 bucks or something. Anyways, it wasn't too bad. Then this one from Essence in the shade Berry Connection is, wait, we have here. It actually isn't that great, but we'll see on the face how good it is. But from what I've heard, like I was looking online to see, you know, what people think about if this is a good, you know, good dupes for this blush, because I was gonna buy them to see for this video, and this one came up. And this is a really cheap blush. I think it was like $3.99. So we'll see. Then we have another drugstore one. This is from Juvia's place. It is the Blushed Rosy Volume 4. And Yeah, I guess that's the shade. It has 2 colors in it, but we're only gonna be comparing this one right now, and it is right here. I feel like that one's pretty good comparison. Then, I couldn't not put the Persona blush in here in the shade Bubble. This is the Super Blush. So pretty, and it's right here. Boo, boo, boo. Okay, then next we have from my Patrick Ta palette. It is the shade She's a Doll. And again, there's 2 shades in this one. We have the cream shade and the powder shade. And I did the powder one because the powder one is more bright, that bright pink, that bright cool pink. And it's right here. Then these, oh no, I just swatched all of those Danessa Myricks shades on my arm. And so some of them got on my t-shirt and then they got into the other colors. Well, anywho, because these are cream shades, we'll just have to swatch those again. So this one right here is Bubble from Persona in the cream shade. Right there. Beautiful. And then we have from Trestique, this one is St. Barths. Right there. Then we have from Fenty, we have Bikini Martini. This one is really pretty. And that one got really got a lot of that dark in it by accident from my shirt. This one is from Flower Beauty in the Blush Balm, and this one, the shade is Bubbly. I feel like Bubble is the way they're describing this color. It's 2 of our names here. Okay, there we go. And then last but not least and I feel like the least matching of all of these to the Dior, but is also just a really fun color. It is the Revolution, Makeup Revolution, the Superdewy blush in the shade, I can't find the shade anywhere on here. That's super weird. I'll put the shade in my description box because I'll have to look at my Ulta order, but I can't find the shade. But it is not very close to what we're looking for anywhere. Okay, so now let's start putting them on my face. Wow, that is bright right there. Okay, so we're gonna start with the Kaleidos. And I'm going to use, so that we don't have a lot of I already have color in here. I'm going to use my color switch and try to get as much of the old color off so that it's only new color in there. New pigment. Okay, Kaleidos. Here we go. Building it up. Really pretty. Very similar. I would say not much of a difference from my point of view. I almost went over it because it's just so instinctual to go one and the other. Although from the Dior blush will, I'm not testing staying power because the Dior blush has a very good staying power. Right now I'm not testing that. I'm just testing color wise. Okay, so I think, let me look in my mirror. This seems to have, the Dior blush has more pigment to it. I feel like this Kaleidos one is a little bit more powdery and has more of a white undertone because it just looks like a little bit more, it's a little bit lighter. Whereas this one has a little bit more punch to it. So this one has more of a white undertone and this has more of a pink undertone, if that makes sense. Wow, but they are very similar and I don't feel like if I just went out in public, people would be like, you have 2 different blushes on. So the thing is that this one is not that cheap either though. This is cheaper than the Dior blush, but it is not drugstore. This is a indie brand. So it's still on the high end scale. So it's not, I wouldn't say it's like a dupe because dupes usually are less expensive, a lot less expensive. So it's a dupe in formula, I guess, but it's still kind of pricey. So let's go with Nars. Let's take this off, put on Nars. You know, my last video, I didn't put any foundation on, but I feel like my cheeks are so pink already that if I put pink blush over my pink cheeks, it would just all look pink. So So this video, I feel like I have to have foundation on. Just a thought. Okay, so that was Kaleidos. Now we have Nars Gaiety. And so this one isn't really a very good, like, dupe. This one is pricey as well. I think the Nars, like, this is a full-size Nars blush. This is pretty pricey. And I don't even know if they sell this color right now on, like, the Nars website, because I got it from TJ Maxx. So if you find it from TJ Maxx, it's a good, it would be a good dupe because it would be cheaper. But that's if you find it from TJ Maxx. But I wanted to put it out there because some, you know, maybe a lot of you guys have it because it was at TJ Maxx, and it was at TJ Maxx at the time that I feel like the Dior blush was being popular. So probably some of you guys have this, and I have it. So I wanted to compare it, right? Let's do it. As long as I have it. I remember after the purple blush video, my cheeks were burning. And guess what? I've only put on 2 blushes and they're already burning a little bit. It's gonna be a fun day. Okay, so, wow. Wow, I feel like we have another, like, they're a hot pink blush. It's a cool pink blush. I feel like they're very similar. On my arm, this is the Dior. This is the Kaleidos, and here is my Nars. And my Nars almost like faded away a little bit. I feel like on my arm, this has a little bit more of a purple-y pigment to it, and these two are more pink. And on my face, and that makes sense because when I wear purple blush, it pulls pink. So I don't feel like this is pulling purple at all. I feel like they're just both pink, dull pink. Wow. I feel like they're the same. They're the same. They're the same. They look exactly the same. Even though on my arm, I don't feel like they do look exactly the same. Because this one has more purple and these two have more pink, even though I feel like this one is actually like the Kaleidos and the fact that it has more of a white base. But on my face, pink. All right, let's take it off. And then we have the Essence one. Blank canvas again. We have the Essence Mosaic Blush in the shade Berry Connection, and I color switched this. I mean, it is dyed pink because I use this as my blush applicator every time. It's the Refer number 4 brush, by the way. Okay, so this, I didn't think on my arm that this one looked very close. It has more of a berry. It's called Berry Connection. So I feel like it has more of a red tone to it than pink. So we are going to actually see if this pulls pink on my face because I have a very pink undertone. I remember with the purple blush video, I keep mentioning it because I put on a lot of blush during both videos that I like got to a point where I forgot how to put on blush. And I feel like I'm getting to that point as well. I'm just like, ah. Okay. So I feel like this one had more pigment. Like the other two, I had to layer it on like 3 or 4 times, as well as this one. This one I only had to put on like twice, and it got as much pigment. So, okay. So this one I think runs a little bit redder than this one, but for the price comparison, this one is like 1/10 of the price. I'm not knocking it. I think that they both, like, wow, that is a hot pink blush, and that's a hot pink blush. This one pulls a little bit more of that cool pinky, a little tiny bit of the purple, and this one has a little bit more red tone. But I still think for $4, this is a cool pink blush. On my arm, you can really see the differences. This one, it has a lot more berry, and this one is a lot pinker purple. But on my face, they just look like hot pink blushes. All right, let's go to Juvia's place. Fresh canvas, and I forgot to color switch beforehand, so we're doing it now. All right, Now we have Juvia's Place. And we're just gonna go with the light color, the more hot pink one. Wow. That one is more pigmented, I believe, is what I am seeing. Yeah. From looking in the mirror without the camera or, you know, without the direct light. Okay, let's see. Here's Dior, here's Juvia's Place. They look extremely similar. Look at that. That is very similar. I feel like color-wise, it is the best dupe on my arm. On my cheeks, really, 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 really good dupe. And this, I think, was $14. I'll put all the prices in my description box. But it comes with 2 blushes, a dark one and a light one. So you can have a little bit of like dimension if you want, like darker in the, you know, up on your cheekbone and then going to light, however you want it. But I feel like these look identical. And I feel like maybe the Dior one like didn't blend as well. Like there's a line here and this one blended a lot better considering this cheek has been through it already. And I don't know, it just is in more pain. And yet I don't know, I just feel like this one might even be better than the Dior. Okay, let's go to Persona Bubble. Okay, so I put them on just now to redo them on my arm. And look, here's the Persona Bubble and here is the Dior. They look exactly, I guess maybe the Bubble looks a little bit darker, but okay, here is Dior, here is Persona Bubble. So it does look maybe a little bit more pigmented. So Persona Bubble, and I think it might be just a little bit more pigmented. Yeah, it does. It does look like this one has a little bit more lavender and this one has a little just more of that pink. My cheeks are just going to be bright pink after this regardless. Yes. Yeah. This is more pink than that like cool lavender. We have pink. It's still cool, but this one's cooler. This one has a little bit more of a red undertone, where this one has more of a lavender undertone from what I can see. Like this one looks a little bit more like I'm sunburned, or how I sunburn, whereas this one looks more just like, I don't know, I guess they look very similar, obviously, but I feel like this one looks a tiny bit more like a sunburn to me because of that, a little bit more of the red undertone. And maybe just because my cheek hurts right now. Let's compare I didn't actually show you this one against this one. Yes, okay, see, this is the Juvia's Place. I feel like so far, this is the winner for a dupe right now. Okay, let's take off Bubble, and we have Patrick Ta. Blink Slate again, and we have Patrick Ta in She's a Doll. And I didn't do this with all of them, and now I kind of regret that, but can't go back in time. Yeah, that one the Patrick Ta has more of a red undertone than a lavender undertone. But I guess we're trying to see if you can tell on the face. Yeah, this one you can. I think you can. I think it has more of a fruit punch tone to it. Nope. Ooh, it's so silky. It's a very silky formula. Okay, so here's Patrick Ta, there's Dior. Anyways, I think Okay, so I built this one up pretty heavy, so it's close-ish, but it's not as close as the Juvia's place. I think it does have more, this is more lavender still. As I've said before, this one has more coral, more of a little bit of that reddy orange, not orange, but more coral. Okay, so far, Juvia's place is winning. Now let's go with creams. And I'm going to use the bottom of my beauty blender for creams because that's how I put on creams. Or maybe, you know what? I think I might just use my finger because I can't clean the bottom of my beauty blender every time. Blank canvas again. We're gonna go with Persona Bubble in the cream format. And we're just gonna use my finger so that I don't have to clean a beauty blender every time. And I think that'll be fine. Oh, wow. Wow, that is beautiful. So here, oh, I got more of the black from my shirt. I just need to change my shirt, but I don't want to. Oh, there is our persona. Right there, Bubble and Cream, and there's Dior. Oh man. For the rest of these creams, I probably am just not going to show you my arm anymore. We're going to go like this. Yay. Okay, so that, they are similar. This one just looks like darker. Does that make sense? It doesn't have like that light, like kind of like I said with the other person. Oh my gosh. Well, because they're the same color, Bianca. Like I said with the other Persona one, that it just has, it doesn't have that lavender. It doesn't have that purpley pink. It's just pink. This one's, it's nice because of that dewiness to it. All right, so I want to find a cream comparison as well. So right now, that one is winning because it's the only one I have I've put on so far, but I think it might, actually, I think this one or the Fenty one will win. We'll see. Okay, we're gonna go to Trestique next. Okay, we have Trestique compared to Dior. Oh yeah. This one is more coral. Why am I even putting it on my face at this point? I don't know. My cheek is burning. Interesting. This one has a more of a like satin matte formula. Whereas the Persona was definitely more of a dewy formula. So different formulas. I think I got this in a BoxyCharm or an Ipsy. Wow, that is closer than I thought it would be. You heard me. I was like, why am I even putting this on? Okay, I feel like this is closer than the Bubbly from Persona in the stick because it has more of the same, like it's less shiny looking. The other one was so shiny but this one has more of a satin matte and it actually looks the same. That's amazing. That is amazing because it doesn't look like they would be the same. This one looks more coral, but on my cheeks, they look the same. Oh. That's crazy. Okay, now we have the Fenty one. Fenty in the Cheeks Out Freestyle Blush. Is that what they're called? Freestyle Cream Blush, yeah. And Bikini Martini. So fun. Okay, so I feel like this one is more lavender and this is more pink. Actually, let's compare this. Here's our Persona Bubble. This one is still a little bit like more hot pink. Huh, interesting. Let's put it on my cheeks and find out. nice. Okay, it looks very similar. It's funny how this Dior blush could go viral when this one came out years ago and didn't go viral. And they look the same. You know what I mean? I wonder why this one went so viral when this one is this, like, they're the same. They're the same. I mean, this Juvia's Place one that I already think is the best dupe, it is new. It's newer than the Dior, but like, it's just weird what things go viral. I think that those look really good. I think this one almost has a little bit more on my face. I'm seeing more purple. I'm seeing more lavender on my face, like in the shine, because this one's shinier. When the light shines on it, it shines with a little bit of lavender. Whereas this one obviously is matte, so it doesn't shine. And so weird. This one's more cool than this one. Weird. Okay, so with my creams right now, I think the Trestique St. Barths one is the best match. But I have 2 more creams to try, so stay tuned. Okay, we're gonna go with this Revolution one before the flower one, because I think this one is more close than this one. And I wanna go out looking like I have the same blush on and not looking like I have opposite blushes on. Although I am actually gonna be working from home after this, so if I do any Zoom meetings, I want to look the same. Actually, look at it. It looks pretty good. It is very pigmented, but it shears out really nice. Look at that. I was not anticipating that. That is, I already told you, I was putting this one on first. Well, I'll be. This one looks great. And it's very layerable. Like, you can go very light with it, which I did at my first layer. And now I'm just packing it on because I can. Because I want it to look as pigmented as that one. And now I finally with this third layer have gotten more pigmented than that side with this side. But holy cow, I wasn't anticipating that. That one is amazing. Like, with the bright, it's so bright pink compared to this Dior one, which is a lavender pink. I never would have thought, never. Wow, shocker, look at that, shocking. Okay, one more, the Flower Beauty one, and then my face will be free. Okay, last but not least, we have Flower Beauty in the Flower Bomb in the shade Bubbly. And this one, I feel like it's like a muted, like mauve-y pink. If that makes sense. So I guess we'll see. Boop. From what I've heard people talk about these, they don't actually pack a lot of punch with pigment. It was a lot of peas. And yeah, it's true. That is just blending right into my skin. That looks like nothing is there. So, there's not a lot of pigment, which is nice, I guess, if you want that bubblegum pink. Oh my gosh, did I just figure out why it's called Bubbly and Bubble? Because of bubblegum? That was so obvious. Okay, if you want the bubblegum pink without the cool pink, you know, without a lot of pigment, which is like this side without this, which I am building it up, but I feel like this Flower Beauty is your ticket. It is a really good one because it is nice and soft looking, but it doesn't have to be overly pigmented. Wow, that one doesn't really match at all. I'm actually having a really hard time getting pigment on, and so it's kind of going all over the place. Blah. I don't like how that one came out, and that's my last blush, so that's fun. It's kind of everywhere. All right, well, okay, so my analysis is that the best dupe for the Dior Rosy, what are they called? The Dior Backstage Rosy Glow Blush in the shade pink is the Juvia's place. And this is actually a pretty good price too. So price-wise, I think it's a good dupe. So as for how long the formula will stay on, I don't know. I'll determine that later. But this one is my best dupe, like for pigment, like the actual color wise. And I feel like it's the best price for the color matching. For, you know, this Essence one is actually the best price of them all and did pretty well. It wasn't as good as the Juvia's Place. The Juvia's Place beat all of them. They're all of them out of the water. But for $4, if you want to wear a rosy pink blush and you don't have $40 to spend on the Dior one, this is a pretty good one. It worked pretty well, and it was pretty pigmented, so it packed a punch really fast. As for the cream blushes, I thought that this Trestique one, I have blush all over my fingers. The Trestique one, this one was the best for the cream ones. And it was funny because I didn't think that it was going to be. So I do think a lot of them are really pretty. Like the bubble from Persona is gorgeous. I think it's really pretty. I'm actually, the flower one, I'm not a huge fan of right now. But some of these are really pretty. But for what I was, the whole aim of this video was to find a dupe. And I think that these two are the dupes. And I know you can get the Sidolta. I'll have to see where you can get this one because I got it from BoxyCharm. I know you can get it at, actually, even I think you could probably get it at Trestique's website, maybe Ulta. Ulta? No. All right, well, I hope you liked that video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this video, subscribe to my channel and maybe watch my purple blush video. And if you want to be reminded of my videos, click the bell. And most importantly, remember to be nice to yourself because you're amazing. Have a great day. Bye.